At the USAID East Africa Trade and Investment Hub, we run an investment facilitation platform. And what that platform does is we work with the private sector, with angel networks, with private equity firms. And what we do is we work with these companies to help them mobilize capital to specific companies in the region, which we believe will have a high impact in terms of job creation, in terms of promoting exports and intra-regional trade. We actually do this using what we call a gender lens. And what we do is for every transaction that we look at the potential impact in terms of promoting female employment and female empowerment. Just as an example, one of the sectors that we have a keen focus on is agriculture. As you know, agriculture has a huge impact in terms of GDP. A quarter of East Africa's GDP is from agriculture, and more than 70% of the individuals employed in agriculture are women. So this has been a huge focus in terms of our investment facilitation strategy.
If you educate a woman or give her opportunity, you actually transform the family and the possibly part of the community. So we believe strongly in that, the power of women, because of the way they are able to organize everybody around them and create energy and really resources, and are able to minimize also wastage and other related issues.
AGOA is the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act, which allows for duty-free access to the US for about 6,000 products. And some of the sectors that have greatly benefited include the textile sector, the leather sector, and the fashion accessory sector, where we have a lot of women that actually do a lot of work in this space. As the hub, what we do is we do buyers missions, as well as we do trade shows where we support East African businesses that have very high quality products that can attract buyers from the US, and we take them to these trade shows where they can be able to interact, meet with these buyers, understand what they're looking to source from the region, understand what their quality standards are, and they're able to make market linkages and be able to now have contracts with these buyers.
We also focus on the cotton, textiles, and apparel sector. And as you know, women are very detail-orientated and detail-focused. So for the stitching that is required for the apparel sector, there's a lot of women as well who work in the factories. We currently have a total deal pipeline of about $60 million specifically in this sector, because we believe that promoting investment in that sector is going to, in a direct manner, make an impact in terms of female empowerment and female financial inclusion.
So what we're doing, first of all, at KenInvest, we also make sure that in the procurement, even though we are not big in procurement, but we try to meet at an institutional level to meet our target, to make sure that we meet that percent to the affirmative categories, that's the youth, women, and the people living with disability. We don't do this just because it is something required by law. It's because we believe in it and we believe it can create impact. The impact we are looking at is that the only sustainable way to actually have a country and an economy is to make sure that people are included, people have better incomes, nobody is living below the poverty line, and we believe by facilitating women, it can accelerate our ability to get there quickly.
We think one of the things that hold female-owned companies back is the lack of working capital and financing. And I think one of the things that we see as being important is working with the financial services companies, with angel investors, with private equity firms, and helping them have female investor targets as well. They need to start having a gender lens just as we do, so that they can increase the proportion of their portfolio that is actually going to be lent to women in the region.
We focus on promoting trade within Eastern Africa, and as well as to the US and AGOA, as well as to other markets within the region. And we also focus on attracting investments into businesses within East Africa.
At KenInvest, we believe in the power, the capacity of the women, and therefore we actually support women entrepreneurs. And every time we have a chance to promote them, to give them advice, we are doing that. We've actually introduced a program called Business Made East Clinics, because we believe there are so many people who are investors in Kenya, but they don't view themselves as investors.